Let's have a look at the airport tile as of version 1003. We're going to start with the default demo here, which probably is the first screen you're going to see when you open the app with default settings. And to focus on the airport tile, we're going to reset everything. So I'm going to use the eject button here to change these tiles, and I'm going to use airport everywhere, as well as this checklist, which I will replace with tiles, and we're going to use airports as well. Um, this airport tile only makes sense if it speaks to your relevant situation. So the first thing we're going to do is to change this to an airport that you care about. By clicking on the title, I switch to the edit mode, which gives me access to the code. So I can here enter like DFW, for example, which gives me a list of runways or all runways. So basically what that means is that I can display everything in one go. So if I click on all runways and apply, you can see here all the runways at Dallas Fort Worth. Um, they're all showing up as blue, which means they all have left pattern. But if you were taking, for example, Arlington, all, you would see that there's some right pattern as well as left pattern. So in this all runway modes, we're showing everything. The runway names, traffic pattern with the color, the runway length as well, 3,500 for 1129 and 5,300 for 1634. If you are looking at an airport with dedicated frequencies, so if you go Boeing Field, all runways, you can see here that I actually have frequencies next to the runways because these are dedicated frequencies for these runways. If you don't see any frequency here, it just means that you're using a control tower frequency for both. So if you don't see anything, doesn't mean it's missing. Probably means that there's no assigned frequency. Each tile has a watermark with the airport code, as well as some reference at the bottom, um, the airport elevation, traffic pattern altitude, and the weather frequency. So hopefully that gives you enough information. These fields are not configurable as opposed to the single runway, which we're going to have a look now. So if we go to Arlington and we select 1129, we have a different representation because now we have more room with only one runway. And you can see here what we were talking about earlier of the right traffic pattern on 11 and the left traffic pattern on 29 is now depicted with the color along with the 45 entry, which is purely indicative. It's basically math where we just compute the downwind direction minus 45 and we give that as a hint to what heading you may want to go for 245. Um, as we click on that runway, we can toggle between different traffic pattern display. So we have 5 of them. So the first one was both. Second is only 1-1. The third is the midfield entry, same thing with the magnetic course indication. Then we have the 2-9 with 45 entry and the 2-9 with the midfield entry. So these are teardrops patterns, completely theoretical. You probably want to fly this your own way, but just as a hint, you don't have to go with the default. You can click on it and toggle to whatever is the best fit for your flight. At the bottom here, we have the precise dimensions of the runway as opposed to what we had before, which was summarized length of 3,500. We now have a length along with width, which is giving us more indication. And we have 4 corners here, which are defaulting to weather CTAF, traffic pattern altitude, and field elevation, which can be configured. So when you click on the corner, It gives you here a nice selection of things that you may want to consider, but all that stuff, traffic pattern, road information, or nothing. If you want to write your own stuff by hand, you can put that to blank. Some airport frequencies um, that just show you what the CTAF, the AWOS is. There's no control tower at Arlington. We're going to see on other airport that this thing can get really busy. Same thing with navaids and approach frequencies. So you can select any of those. So if I want to go with the clearance delivery of SeaTac, you can see here that as I'm selecting things, my corner changes in real time. So you can select anything you want. Or if you want to, I don't know, type anything here that reminder, uh, I don't know, fuel price. Yeah, fuel price. Let's do a fuel price. Fuel, we had, I don't know, we are paying what, $6 over there? $6, 25. And you can have the custom values. You type anything you want basically in here, whatever makes sense for you. So I was talking about busy airports. Let's look at Renton. Let's see what Renton looks like. Um, I have more choice for Renton, as you can see here. Bunch of Seattle approach, a bunch of navaids. Um, so just a selection. I think it hopefully makes your life easier. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show is regarding the runway orientation. So the idea of this style is to show you, give you a visual hint for situational awareness. So you can also pick magnetic as opposed to vertical, which gives you a slightly better, well, not better, a different view. Value stays the same. Obviously, the traffic pattern entry is the same, but if visually you want something that's more aligned with the actual physical world, I guess, you can go with magnetic. Okay, I think that covers about everything with the airport tile. Have at it, configure, share your template so we can see what you think is the perfect kneeboard. Thank you.